Minivan driver is a label few of us aspire to, but Nissan has combined real styling with car-like comfort to at least make you suffer the indignity smugly. Let's drive the 2011 Nissan Quest SL and check the tech. The last Quest looked like it was on a quest for some kind of identity, and the Quests before that were twinned with the Mercury Villager. Ugh. Well, Nissan killed the entire product line after the 2009s and just took a breather. Now the Quest is back with this 2011, a completely new look you're not likely to mistake for anything, and a hunger to no longer play second fiddle to Sienna and Odyssey. Now look around. The Quest has a reputation of having the best quality materials of any of its competitors. It's the newest model on the market, and I'd have to say it does do a very good job of getting nice materials, but even though we're near the top of the line on this guy, you can't get navigation. I didn't say we don't have navigation. I said you can't even get it in this car, which is kind of strange for a vehicle this high in the lineup of the Quest minivan. Oh, by the way, this screen's decent size, nice and generous, and it's quite reachable, but it's not a touch screen. You got to use this Nissan controller, kind of a simplified version of what you'll find in an Infiniti, for example. We've got 6 speakers around the cabin, just kind of a base audio system is what you get on one of these SLs. Sources are AM, FM, optical drive, yes, but it's been sent to Siberia, aka the bottom of the console down here. I do have a very handy, look right here, household outlet, 115 volt deal right there. There's an inverter built into the vehicle. Right next to that is my USB jack, which of course can be USB thumb drives, or in my case, I've got my iPod Touch hooked up. One of the key things on iPod connectivity is how quickly can it load and scroll things. This one does pretty good. I've seen faster, but this is fast enough to be okay. One thing I don't like, look at the resolution I've got on a $200 phone compared to the crap on a $35,000 car, and it's 2011. I'll own this car for 7.6 years if I'm average. What do you think that display is going to look like compared to everything else I own in that time? Now notice I glossed over satellite radio when I was listing all of our audio sources, because the only way to get that is in kind of a chunky package. You've got to get the Bose audio system, which rolls in the Bose amplification, 13 speakers, and then you get XM radio. I don't think it's available a la carte. Now back here in the second row, it's good times for the juice box set. Here's my drop-down 11-inch widescreen LCD. That's one of the better looking ones I've seen in a vehicle of this type. And while it does drop down from the ceiling, it doesn't block the driver's visibility from the rearview mirror, just a slight amount. They did a good job of the altitudes here. Notice it can echo the same content on the front screen, the 7-inch, or these two can split off. You can watch the DVD in the front, for example, and watch something on the aux jacks, they're right down there, audio and video, on the rear. So good flexibility, keeping everybody happy. Here's our second row. Let me show you how much I can fold these nice, comfy captain seats down. By the way, these are standard in the second row, and that's it. They don't come out unless you're handy with tools. Third row is right there. As you can see, it's better suited for kids. I wouldn't put adults in there unless you hate them. Now, our vehicle's optioned up with not just one, but 2 panoramic glass moonroofs. They're pretty good size. They're not gutter to gutter like you'll see on some vehicles today, but you do have one that kind of services both second and third row here, and of course this one covers the front row. Now back here, these little switches on the side panels, these are a little power assist to lower the third row. That's kind of nice. That'll save your back. There's my flat load floor I'm talking about. It's not real low, but then again, neither is the back of the vehicle, so that kind of makes sense. Under here, though, is interesting. I'd call this a smuggler's box, except you can put the smuggler in there, not just the whiskey he's carrying. Now, Nissan's known for their V6s. We've got one in here, real familiar stuff. 3.5 liters, sitting side saddle, driving the front wheels only, 260 horsepower, 240 foot-pounds of torque. Gets this 4,500-pound box up to 60 in a respectable 9 seconds, while delivering 1924 mpg. One transmission choice only. It's going to be a CVT, and as we'll see on the road, Nissan does those really well. Now underway, the Quest has a very car-like feel. It's a very comfortable ride, nicely tuned, and a lot of vehicles like this tend to be harsh when they're unladen, and then they kind of settle out when they're loaded. The designers had to pick a certain load level. This one, at least unladen, rides very nicely. Nissan does CVTs, continuously variable transmissions, exceptionally well, especially when mated to relatively big motors like in this one. You get what feels like real shift points, not lots of loopy, spooly slipperiness. I hate that in some CVTs. Easy handling here on a tight turn in the city. And now we're off the freeway onto some choppy city streets, as they always seem to be in San Francisco. And again, the ride is isolating out all the crap pretty nicely. So all in all, it's a nice minivan with a real car-like nature to it. Okay, let's price this big boy. This 2012 Quest SL, again, one notch from the top, is about $35 delivered, fairly nicely equipped. But there are some tech choices you got to consider. First is that rear seat DVD system, which is pretty good. That's $2,100. But here's what's interesting about it. You better start with that for the following reason. Because the panoramic roof option requires DVD. It's $1,350 more. And the Bose option, which gives you XM and better sound, requires both the DVD system and the panoramic roof. I've never quite seen a stacking of packages like that.